More breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. Another big story in the SEC, and that is that Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers is returning. He announced via his Instagram that he would be back with the Longhorns for another season instead of going into the NFL draft. The Horns are coming off a playoff appearance in their final season in the Big 12. Ewers passed for just under 3,500 yards last season with 22 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Let's bring in college football writer Barrett Sallee to get some reaction to this. Barrett, it was thought that Ewers could go either way. He took some time to make the decision. What's your reaction to the news that he will be back with Texas as they enter the SEC?
Not really surprised. We've heard rumblings of this for, a month or two now. And so not surprised at all. I think the playoff appearance and ultimately the playoff loss in the Sugar Bowl probably solidified his decision to return because, look, he's a Texas guy. He grew up in the area, was born in San Antonio, obviously went to South Lake. So winning a national championship at Texas, going to the playoff at Texas means a lot to him. So to not get the job done and come so close to getting the job done in that Sugar Bowl is something that I think will drive him. And so now going into the SEC, that just makes things a lot easier, makes the decision a lot easier because now he knows how to win in the SEC. The playoff is expanding. He knows that he can be on a team that means a lot to him and what it would mean to the state of Texas and the Texas alumni base if he's able to get the job done. So, if the age of the NIL wasn't in existence right now, maybe he would jump. But think of all the money he can make in the NIL world and think about how much of a legend he would be if he leads Texas to a national championship in its first year in the SEC. So that, not really surprised. But again, if the NIL world wasn't here, I would have bet that he would bail. But I mean, hey, look, making millions of dollars and perhaps becoming a legend for your state school, I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Sign me up.
Okay, so what does his returning mean for Arch Manning at Texas?
That's the $64,000 question, yeah. Right? Because, Arch has, I think we all expect Arch to go after his junior year, or I guess now it would be his redshirt sophomore year. That means if Quinn's there, he'd only have 1 year of playing time, Arch would. So, I think he was okay sitting his freshman year, his true freshman year. I think everybody expected Arch to sit. That's fine. And Arch was cool with that. Sitting for another season seems a little bit irresponsible in terms of what he could be at the next level. You need reps, right? You need reps. You need tape to show to NFL scouts. You can't sit there and say, hey, look how good I was as a 5-star recruit in high school. Scouts don't care about that. So for Arch, I think you absolutely have to start looking elsewhere. Obviously, now the portal's closed, so that's a little bit problematic. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if he went out there, worked hard in the offseason, went through spring practice, showed that he can be an elite quarterback, and jumped in the portal. Because it was a good decision to go to Texas when Quinn Ewers was thinking about leaving after the 2023 season. I don't know if it's the right decision to stay and not play again.
Well, as you have stated, in this new world of NIL, anything is possible. Barrett Sallee joining us here on HQ to talk about the news. Quinn Ewers set to return to Texas as they join the SEC. Thanks very much, Barrett. Good to see you. I tell you, emergency pods galore. Over on the Cover 3 podcast over the past couple of days, emergency pods everywhere. They'll certainly be talking about the Quinn Ewers story and, of course, what's happening at Alabama. That's, of course, the big situation. And Texas's coach, Steve Sarkisian, a guy that maybe may be looking to make the move to Alabama. His name's been mentioned. They're breaking it all down on the Cover 3 podcast. You can download and follow wherever you get your podcast audio.